Premier League predictions. Gameweek 28. With the 2021-22 Carabao Cup in the books, we're set to be treated to a full round of Premier League games this weekend. Jesse Marsch takes charge of Leeds for the first time in the Saturday lunchtime kick-off at Leicester. Liverpool step up their pursuit of the quadruple at home to West Ham, and we have the second Manchester derby of the season to look forward to. Here's the lowdown on this weekend's fixtures and what to expect. The early game on Saturday sees new-look Leeds travel to Leicester. Marcelo Bielsa was sacked last weekend with the Whites 2 points clear of the drop zone, and without a win in their last 6 games, they've even conceded 14 goals in their last 3. Marsch's first task as Leeds boss is to prevent Leicester from winning back-to-back Premier League games for the first time since October. Brendan Rodgers' men succeeded where many bigger teams have failed this season in midweek, comfortably beating Burnley at Turf Moor. That momentum should be enough to override Leeds' new manager bounce. Prediction? 3-1 Southampton will look to extend their unbeaten run in all competitions to 8 games when they face Aston Villa. After rotating heavily for their FA Cup 5th round win over West Ham, Ralph Hasenhüttl should be able to throw his starters back and fully refreshed and ready to beat a Villa side struggling for consistency. Prediction? 0-2 Club World Champions Chelsea will be keen to open up some breathing space between themselves and the chasing top 4 pack, but face a tricky test at Burnley. The Clarets have looked reinvigorated of late, but will need to put Tuesday's loss to Leicester behind them to get their survival bid back on track. Don't count on them getting one over the Blues here, however. Prediction? 0-1 Newcastle have opened up some breathing space between themselves and the relegation zone, and next up for the Magpies is a home clash with out-of-form Brighton. After propelling themselves into European contention, the Seagulls have lost their last 3 on the spin without scoring a goal and are now nervously looking over their shoulders as rivals Crystal Palace begin to close the gap. Prediction? 1-1 Old pals Dean Smith and Thomas Frank face off this weekend as their Norwich and Brentford sides do battle. The Canaries have started to show signs of life in recent weeks, while the Bees have been dragged into a relegation scrap. Brentford's 8 losses in all competitions in 2022 is a record among Premier League clubs. Prediction? 1-1 Bruno Lage's Wolves have had a bit of a wobble recently, putting their European hopes in doubt and seeing them slip to 8th in the table. A win at home to Crystal Palace could relight that fire, but they'll have to be at their best to overcome a competitive Eagles outfit at Molineux. Prediction? 1-0 Liverpool will cut the gap on Premier League leaders Manchester City down to 3 points should they beat West Ham on Saturday evening. The Reds head back into league action after Sunday's Carabao Cup final win was followed by a 5th-round victory in the FA Cup. Jurgen Klopp's side should claim their 3rd triumph in a week in this one. Prediction? 2-0 Sunday's first encounter sees Watford host Arsenal in the Battle of the London Colney Training Ground clubs. The Hornets just about managed to escape with a point on their trip to Old Trafford last week, but are unlikely to be so lucky for a second straight week. Mikel Arteta's Gunners have found a ruthless streak that has made them favourites to secure a top 4 finish. Prediction? 0-3 Manchester United make the short trip to the Etihad Stadium, hoping to be a little more competitive than they were the last time they faced Manchester City. The Red Devils were lucky that the champions of England only left Old Trafford with a 2-0 win back in early November in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's penultimate game as manager. Ralf Rangnick will do well to avoid falling to a similar scoreline, mind. Prediction? 2-0 Antonio Conte and Frank Lampard lock horns for the first time as Spurs host Everton on Monday night to wrap up this weekend's action. The return of Dele Alli to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be set against a backdrop of bad defending, the home manager throwing a strop, and a lot of boos from both sets of supporters, probably. Prediction? 3-2.